What's up, guys? It's me, Dagnan, again. Yesterday I uploaded a video and I just noticed that it was incompleted. Okay, so I removed it and I'm recording it again. So we were talking about the best heroes of each faction, plus the artifact, runes, talents. So let's start with first the Lions faction. The Lions faction is dominated by Valkyrie. As we know, Valkyrie is so far the best alliance hero and one of the best heroes in the game. So she provides a really good healing and also a lot of damage. So for improving her healings and also her damage, we're gonna use attack rune. For the artifacts, we're gonna use Tear of the Goddess. Okay, it's a must to make your Valkyrie casting on the first round. So if you don't have Tear of the Goddess, I don't recommend using the Star Shards. Star Shards, in my opinion, is really good, okay? But I don't recommend using the Star Shards on heroes that has healings, okay? Because as we know, the attack improves the healing. So as the Star Shards only provides energy, it's not worth using the Star Shards on your Valkyrie. So if you don't have Tear of the Goddess, you should use Ragnarok or even Gospel Zone. Where's the Gospel Zone? Okay, it is. This is also a really good option, okay? For the talent setup, we're gonna use attack through damage for improving her damage, and this talent for make your Valkyrie even more tanky, okay? So in the second place, we have Zyzo. Zyzo is an assassin and she's a crit hero, in my opinion. So with his second skill, Zyzo is able to reach 74% on the first round. 74% crit chance, okay? So I recommend using only crit runes on heroes that can reach over 70% crit chance. So as Zyzo reach 74% on the first round, we're gonna use a crit rune on our Zyzo, okay? As the artifact, we're gonna use Ragnarok. Ragnarok, even that Zyzo is a crit hero and Giant Lizard is a really good option for him, Ragnarok is even more consistent, okay? Because Ragnarok is gonna boost your damage and also your damage over time. So if you don't have Ragnarok, you can use Giant Lizard. Giant Lizard is a really good option, or even Gospel Zone, okay? As the third alliance hero, we have Ultima. Ultima is a tank support hero. She is really good, but definitely no meta, okay? So also she's the fastest hero in the game. So for improving her speed, we're gonna use Speed Rune, okay? So Speed Rune, and as artifact, we're gonna use an energy artifact. If you don't have Tear of the Goddess, she can afford the Star Charge, okay? If you don't have Star Shards, you can get it on the Moon Shop for 300 Moonstones, okay? So don't be worried. By the way, if you don't have Star Shards, you can use this artifact, Ancient Bows. These are also really good, okay? For the talents, as she's a tank and she doesn't do any damage, we're gonna use HP talent, and instead of true damage, we're gonna use damage reduction, okay? And also this talent for make your Ultima even more tanky. Now let's go to the Horde faction. In the Horde faction, as first place, we have Phoenix. She's in the second best buffer in the game and the second best hero in the game, okay? Phoenix is really good, and she can afford the dodge rune. If you are tanking with your Phoenix, she can afford the dodge rune. But I highly recommend using the speed over dodge, okay? For our Phoenix, we're gonna use a speed rune, and as an artifact, I highly recommend using an energy artifact. If you don't have Tear of the Goddess, definitely you can use a Star Shards. And if you don't have any energy artifact, you can use Blood Metal. Blood Metal is also a really good option, but definitely she's a must to have an energy artifact, okay? As the talents, Phoenix, let's say that she has two setups, okay? If she's in the back lane, she can use attack, true damage, and also this talent for improving her damage. Also, another advantage of using this 50% talent is that, as we know, Deadlift is a hero that has the capacity of one-shooting your Valkyrie, okay? So if we use this talent on your Phoenix, she, after casting on the first round, remember that Phoenix gains extra attack. This will make your Phoenix have enough attack to distract Deadlift from casting on your Valkyrie, okay? So this is a really good advantage. If your Phoenix is on the tank spot, she has to use HP, okay? Because if she use attack, you're gonna waste really often your school revive, okay? So it's a must to have HP talent. Also, she can afford the true damage. It's only with this HP talent, she's tanky enough not to waste your revive. So we're gonna use this talent, also true damage and reflect talent, okay? In the second place, we have Kurtulmak. Kurtulmak is the newest hero in the game, and he's one of the best damage dealer, okay? So for improving our damage on Kurtulmak, we're gonna use attack room. As attack room, we can afford the Ragnarok. Ragnarok is gonna be the best artifact for our Kurtulmak, and if you don't have Ragnarok, you can use Blood Medal. Also, Blood Medal is a really good artifact for your damage dealer, okay? But remember, guys, if you use Blood Medal, you should use Defense Break Room, okay? Only use Attack Room if you have Ragnarok. Otherwise, you should use Defense Break Room. For her talents, we're gonna use the same talents as a back lane Phoenix. I mean, attack, true damage, and also this talent for improving her attack and also his damage output. In the third place, we have Medusa. Medusa is a really good hero. She has some petrifies, damage over time, a really good damage. So she's overall a really good wanderer. For improving your Medusa, we're gonna use Speed Room. We're gonna use a Speed Room, and as artifact for our Medusa, we're gonna use Cheer of the Goddess. If you don't have Cheer of the Goddess, she can afford the Star Charge. And if you don't have any energy artifact, you can use Gang of the Disaster. This is the best artifact for your Medusa. In the talent section, we're gonna use attack, true damage, and this 50% talent. This is the best way to go on your Medusa. Now, the Hell faction. In the Hell faction, we have in the first place Drow. Drow is right now the second fastest cleric in the game, and she can use a speed room. By using a speed room on your Drow, she's gonna be able to be faster than Phoenix, and as we know, Drow has a cleric stun, so she can pretty much stun Phoenix before casting. So that's why it's a must to have a speed room on your Drow. Also, she needs to have energy artifacts, so we're gonna use Cheer of the Goddess. As I said before, as she is a healer, if you don't have Cheer of the Goddess, I don't recommend using a Star Shard. Instead, we're gonna use Sharp Ray for improving her healing and also her hit rate, which is a really good option. For her talents, we're gonna use attack for improving her healings. Drow does a really good damage, so she can afford the true damage talent and also this poison talent. I have here that this talent is pretty much useless, but I tell you guys, this talent is really good. It's OP, okay? Pretty much with the school on your team, any of your hero can land crits, so that means that you can stack even 6 poisons during a battle. So this talent is really good. In the second place, we have Lorelei. Lorelei is a damage dealer, but I prefer Drow over Lorelei because, as we know, in Unity Aura, we already have Gina, Deathlift, Bale, Freya, Valkyrie, so we have so much damage dealer that Lorelei is pretty much useless, okay? So I prefer Drow over Lorelei, but Lorelei is a really good hero, okay? She has a lot of damage at T4, So as a damage dealer, we're gonna use attack room. So we're gonna use attack room like this, and as artifact, we're gonna use Ragnarok. If you don't have Ragnarok, then you use defense break room and star break for improving her damage, and also her fourth skill, which she heals herself when she hits low HP. And in the third place, we're gonna have Luna. Luna is a really decent hero. She lands some pretty good silences, really good damage, and a really consistent hero. Okay, so if you don't have Lorelei or Drow, I recommend Luna. Luna is a pretty easy hero to get, and she's really good. For her room, we're gonna use Speed Room. Speed Room is the best way to go on your Luna. And as artifact, I recommend using an energy artifact. Tear of the Goddess is the best option for your Luna. If you don't have Tear of the Goddess, I would use Star Shards. And if you don't have any energy artifacts, you can use Queen's Crown. This will make your Luna faster than some other CC heroes, okay? Also, improving her survivability is a really good move. Now let's go to the Undead faction. In the Undead faction, we have Aegina. Aegina is the new Undead hero. She's really good and really consistent, okay? So for our Aegina, we're gonna use attack room, and for her artifact, we're gonna use Ragnarok. So if you don't have Ragnarok, you can use Soul Torrent and Defense Break Room, okay? For their talents, we're gonna use this talent, attack and true damage, for improving her damage output. As a third talent, we're gonna use Soul Blast. This is by far the best Undead talent, okay? So I don't recommend using this one. This is pretty much useless sometimes. In the second place, we have Deadlift. As we know, Deadlift was pretty much useless before we got updated to the new version. At 10 star, he was only viable on friend bosses, but right now, okay, sorry guys, I was interrupted, so I had to cut the video. I was talking about Deadlift. Deadlift is right now really viable on the T4, only with the T4 upgrade, okay? I don't recommend using Deadlift at 10 star or T1, T2. He's only good at T4, okay? He's a really good hero, pretty much consistent, and he is capable of one-shooting any hero in the game. So for improving his damage, we're gonna use attack room and Ragnarok. Sometimes I have here that the crit room is really good on Deadlift, but as I said before, I only recommend using crit rooms on heroes that can reach over 70% crit chance, and Deadlift is not one of those heroes. So with the attack room, your Deadlift is really more consistent. So we're gonna use attack room, Ragnarok. And if we don't have Ragnarok, we're gonna use Defense Break Room and Soul Torrent. This is the best way to go for Deadlift. As talent, we're gonna use the same talents as Aegina: attack, true damage, and Soul Blast for improving his damage output. In the third place, we have Shotmel. Shotmel at 10 star was by far the best Undead hero, but right now with the new update, Shotmel is not that good anymore, okay? So for our Shotmel, we're gonna use Speed Room for making your Shotmel faster than Drow. But the only way to get your Shotmel faster than Drow, we're gonna use this with this speed artifact, okay? So I only recommend using this speed artifact if you are facing Drows, okay? If in your server or your enemies doesn't have Drow, I recommend using Soul Torrent, okay? For making her hit rate even higher and make her silences more consistent. So I only recommend using this if you're facing Drow. Otherwise, Soul Torrents should be your choice. In the talent section, as we know, she's not a damage dealer, she's only a healer. So we're gonna use attack for improving her healings. And the second talent, we're gonna use damage reduction and Soul Blast as third talent. Now let's go to the Heathen faction. In the Heathen faction, we have Skull. Skull is the best buffer in the game and also the best hero in the game, in my opinion. But I only recommend making Skull T4 if you already have another T4 heroes, okay? Because she's only a support. She doesn't bring anything more. For Skull, it's a must to make your Skull slower than the crowd control heroes. That way you can have a successful cleanse. So that's why we're not gonna use a speed rune. Instead, we're gonna use attack rune for improving her healing. And as artifact, is a must to have an energy artifact on your Skull. I highly recommend using Cheer of the Goddess. I know that I said before that I don't use energy artifacts like star shards on healers, but making your Skull casting on the first round is so needed that we can use a star shards on our Skull, okay? So if you don't have any energy artifact, you should use Holy Light Justice. This is so far the best way to go. In the talent section, we're gonna use attack for improving her healings. Also, we're gonna use damage reduction. And in the third talent, we're gonna use this one, Protection of Faith. This will make your Skull resist to any crowd control. I mean the first crowd control. And with this talent, it's pretty much always that your Skull is casting on the first round, okay? So this is by far the best talent combination for your Skull. And in the second place, we have Mars. Mars is a really good hero. He's not that strong as he was a 10-star meta, but he's still really good. For Mars, we're gonna use speed. As we know, he's a crowd control hero, so having a speed on him is the best way to go. In the artifact section, we're gonna use Cheer of the Goddess, and if we don't have Cheer of the Goddess, we're gonna use Star Shards. If you don't have any energy artifacts, I recommend using Holy Light Justice or even this artifact. What is it? This one, Light Piece. With this, you will make your Mars fast enough to land CCs before any other hero, okay? In the talent section, we're gonna use attack and true damage for improving his damage output, and also the CC resist talent. As third Heathen hero, we're gonna choose Limber. Limber is really good, and not that consistent, but he's still really good, okay? I only recommend using Limber if you have a Skull, okay? Otherwise, Limber is not that good. As we know, Limber can miss his skill, okay? And so we're gonna use Hit Rain Room. With this room, we're gonna make our Limber a lot more consistent, okay? So for the artifact, I highly recommend using Cheer of the Goddess, but since Limber is a hero that can get into kill mode, what I mean with kill mode is that every time an enemy hero dies, he gains energy back, okay? So I prefer using Ragnarok for improving his kill mode over casting on the first round, okay? So that's why I recommend using Ragnarok over Cheer of the Goddess. If you don't have Ragnarok, you can use Holy Light Justice, okay? This is also a really good artifact for your Limber because it gives you hit rate, okay? And as we know, Limbergs needs hit rate. So Holy Light Justice and Ragnarok are really good artifacts for your Limber. In the talent section, we're gonna use attack and true damage for improving his damage output, and we're gonna use the CC resist talent, okay? Now, in the end, let's go to the health faction. In the health faction, the first place we have Bale. Bale at 10 star was not that consistent, but right now at T4 he's really more consistent, okay? As we know, at 10 star he has 77% chance of increasing his skill damage, and also he gains only 20% crit chance. But at T4, if we take a look, he has 100% of gaining skill damage, okay? So Bale is really good at T4. For his rune, as we know, he can reach 74% crit chance on the first round, so he's able to afford the crit damage rune. So we're gonna use this rune, and for the artifact, I'd recommend using an energy artifact, okay? As Limber, Bale gains energy back after a hero reach 0 HP. This means that if the enemy have a Skull and a hero revive, it doesn't matter. Bale will get the energy back because that hero already hit 0 HP, okay? So we're gonna use an energy artifact on our Bale to cast on the first round and reach 74% crit chance. If we're lucky enough and our Valkyrie is able to cast in the other round, pretty much any hero will reach 0 HP. This means that your Bale is gonna cast once again and reach 94% crit chance. And after that, the game is over, okay? Because if your Bale is able to cast 2 times in 2 rounds, he's already into kill mode, okay? So that's why I recommend using an energy artifact on your Bale. If you don't have an energy artifact, you can use also Ragnarok, which is really good on the long run. And if you don't have Ragnarok, we can use Eternal Curse. Eternal Curse is really also really good on your Bale. In the talent section, we're gonna use attack through damage for improving his damage output, and we're gonna use this talent for make your Bale resistant to the first crowd control. With this protection talent, he's probably 100% chance of casting in the first round, okay? So this is a really good talent for your Bale. In the second place, we have Freya, okay? I'm gonna place Freya in the second place because with her new talent, with her new skill at T4, she's able to steal energy, and sometimes she's able to cast 2 times in a row, okay? And also her Petrify was improved. And sometimes Freya is able to win battles by herself, okay? So that's why I'm gonna place Freya in the second place. She's not, in my opinion, the best hell hero because she's pretty much inconsistent, okay? So for Freya, we're gonna use a speed rune for improving her speed and land those Petrify as soon as we can. And for the artifact, we're gonna use Tear of the Goddess or Star Shards. If we don't have any energy artifact, I recommend using Hell Disaster, okay? In the talent section, we're gonna use attack for improving her damage, true damage, and also the CC resistance, okay? And a third hero, I placed Monkey King. A difference of Freya, I think Freya is by far better than Monkey King only in Unity Aura, okay? That's the difference between Freya and Monkey King. Freya is only viable on Unity Auras, but instead Monkey King can be used in Unity Auras, can be used with multiple Phoenix, so Monkey King is a really more versatile hero, okay? So for Monkey King, we're gonna use attack rune for improving his damage and also his reflecting damage. And in the artifact section, we're gonna use Ragnarok for improving his damage. And if we don't have Ragnarok, we can use Dragon Blood. Dragon Blood has a true damage for improving his reflecting. So if you're using Dragon Blood because you don't have Ragnarok, then you have to use Defense Break Rune as your rune. Remember, guys, on your damage dealer heroes, if you don't have Ragnarok, you should use Defense Break Rune and the hit rate artifact of your faction. I mean, let's take a look, for example, on Valkyria. Imagine, let's say that Valkyria is a damage dealer, so we use attack and Ragnarok. If we don't have Ragnarok, then we're gonna use defense break room and gas pulse zone. Okay, so always remember this. For our Monkey King as talent section, we're gonna use HP talent. As we know, Monkey King is a tank hero, so if we use attack for improving his reflecting, he's gonna waste your skull revive 9 of 10 times. Okay, so we're gonna use this health talent for improving his survivability and not wasting your skull revive. Also, we're gonna use true damage for improving his reflecting and this crowd control resistance. Well, I guess this is all for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and